So yeah, first map Coastal Cliff. So we're just gonna have the same map as we just had, and they already have their civs, and it is gonna be they're just picking it right now actually. So Rus Ottomans or Chinese Golden Horde. So Ottomans again making it through the draft here. Oh, let me switch that here. I actually didn't switch the scene. So Ottomans making it through, Chinese on the other side making it through. So two civs that usually get banned fairly consistently made it through and are available. Holy Islands is also in play, so if it goes to that game, Myriad could pick either. I mean, Rus is good, French is decent on water maps because of the docks being houses as well. So you save a little bit there, and then of course KT, so those would be good options for Holy Island. Mongols is really good on Holy Island as well, and then of course Chinese, so I think that would be Cosmos' pick for Holy Island. But Chinese and Rus are already in the draft here, and Chinese is actually going to be played by Cosmos now against Ottomans. So two of them like strongest civs at the moment being played on Coastal Cliffs. I love it. That's cool. That is really cool.
Ottomans coming through yet again, and Myriad picking it for the first map. Well, we will see. We will see how they will pull it off. Definitely interesting matchup. On another hand, we practically have the same map draft as the last series, but we are not starting on Dry Arabia. Dry Arabia is the home pick for the Myriad currently. And what are the civs that we will most likely be seeing on maps like Holy Island? Because there is yet again the KT, as we saw in last map or last civ draft. But on the other side, there is China, but we are currently playing China China on this map. So, what will the maps be on the coastal on the on the water map? There is a Mongol pick. We can play Iobits, but I don't think that Macedonians are gonna be picked. Like maybe even Macedonians, but from my point of view, it doesn't look like Cosmos has that good of the maps, that good of the civilizations for the water.
Yeah, I mean, Chinese would have been a really good one, but that's out of the picture now. As you said, Macedonians. I've seen it a lot of Frisian marshes, and then people usually actually don't even go for the docks at first and just go like fast castle and secure map control and map resources. And again, like Mongols really, really strong on Frisian marshes as well, because you just pressure your opponent to not go into docks, because then you're just gonna burn it down. But Holy Island is a little bit different. I mean, the only reason why I like Mongols on Holy Island is because of the piracy tech, which, on extended feudal fights on the water and burning down a lot of fishing boats, you get a lot of resources, but it doesn't work with demo ships, so that's a big downside. And it's just overall like not as good as Rus or KT on water. English would have been a really good water map, water civ as well. So yeah, Holy Island is gonna be a little bit weird for Cosmos. Not gonna lie. Like I'm excited to see what he's going to pick, but I'm not sure what he's gonna do with the current civs that he's picked for himself. And again, Myriad will have a very, very good civ roster here for Holy Island, so that should be fine. And in Dry Arabia, you can pick anything. I would expect again French against Macedonia is probably. Or Byzantines.
Exactly. On like most civs that Cosmos have, or all of them except the Mongols, I would say, are pretty standard picks for Dry Arabia. We saw China being played there a lot, Macedonians, Iobits, Golden Horde, one of the favorite picks on Dry Arabia also. So pretty standard open map picks. On another hand, not really that good on the water maps, except China, but China being played right now is not really giving us a lot of options. Myriad, on another hand, having two very good picks on the water, and that's gonna be Rus and KT. Like Rus, civilization that we don't really see on water that much. We saw them a lot back in the day on Baltic, immediately going for fast aggression, changing all of their fishing ships into the military ships and just sending it. That's why they were so strong. But they got a little bit nerfed from those days. Still civilization that is very formidable and can do a lot on water. Definitely some unexpected build order here and there with a fast fishing ship to the opponent side of the map, and switching it to arrow ship can do a lot of damage. On the other hand, Katie, one of the standard picks on the water, and one that was probably one of the best water civilizations few seasons ago. Then we saw some changes on the docks and it got a little bit worse, but in terms of the pro play, still extremely strong civ on water maps.
Yeah, because of their, I mean, the harbor now, it's not a dock, the standard dock, it's a harbor costing 250 wood. That is a lot of wood, but it also has more health, so it's more difficult to burn down. And it also buffs your ships, giving them more health in that range. So defensively, it's really strong. And because of the extremely good wood eco of KT, it's still okay. Like it's not the like auto win as it kind of used to be, but it's still very decent. So definitely something that you can still play on water, and that is still being consistently played on water as well. So, and yeah, with that, we just have a few more seconds of observer delay, and then we can hop into the second series of this tournament today. So, yeah, let me switch the scene over, and then we can start it off. Myriad playing the Ottomans on coastal cliffs. In the dark green color. And one thing that really is weird about Ottomans on this map, by the way, and some civs that rely on stone, and we haven't talked about that last game because it didn't play any role, but stone is extremely far away on this map from your base. So Byzantines, Ottomans, kinda is annoying to play on this map for that reason. Cosmos on the other side playing the Chinese in blue.
So we can't really go for a super fast military school because pulling 5 villagers to that stone and coming back home with them would be ginormous amounts of idle time. So we are not seeing any fast military school action, but we are putting 1 villager on stone, and he's gonna be slowly gathering for the first military school, then the second, and then the third. In the meantime, Cosmos playing pretty standard Chinese, opening on the mill in front of the base is interesting, or in front, a little bit in front. I would love to see it on the berries in the back. Would be a little bit safer. I know it would be more idle time in terms of walking, but when aggression would be happening from Myriad, it would be way easier to defend. On another hand, Myriad already sending 2 villagers on gold and 8 on food means we are going to be seeing some fast age ups from him, and we are not going to be looking into any type of the Dark Age aggression.
Yeah, so he is, as I said, slowly gathering up the stone that he needs, the 100, but he doesn't have the wood right now, so he's not looking for Dark Age military school at all. He just wants to have the stone. Eventually, you could say, at some point he's gonna have the wood needed and the stone needed. And yeah, for Cosmos with the forward mill, that kind of indicates pro scouts, because then you're closer to the steer on the map. Otherwise, if you wouldn't go for pro scouts, yeah, I definitely would love to see the mill on the berries instead, because sooner or later you're gonna go there anyway, so you might as well do it just now. That would be
but
my
what
take.
Is this age up with Imperial Academy? Like pulling 5 villagers? Like it looks like we wanted to age up yesterday. Remember, these are Chinese villagers building 100% faster. This is effectively 10 villagers worth of age up in the Dark Age. So, in my opinion, a little bit overcommitment. But if you want those IOs out quickly, we might as well pull 5 vills quickly. On another end, Myriad already having enough stone for the first military academy, so most likely we are going to be seeing that any minute right now. We are just waiting for a last little bit of 100 wood, so maybe like 1 minute away, and then the production of the spearmen can start.
Yeah, so a little bit delayed, and that's why we also not have a whole lot of Vizier points at the moment. Because we're not getting that free production. And yeah, as been mentioned in chat here, we could see a fast Song dynasty. Maybe we'll put the boar over here, secure the wood line, secure the boar, most importantly, and then just send it in feudal age with the faster villager production. We have a strong eco, and then we can just go from there. So yeah, that definitely could be an option, and it looks kind of like the resources are going for that. I mean, Pro Scouts again would be an option, but we not have the wood right now, so I don't know if that is gonna be the play. And instead,
looks like a fast song, yeah. Definitely, currently. And there is that perfect position for the Barbican in front, right next to the bar, securing another 2,400 food and a lot of map control. The base of Cosmos will be extremely easy to wall. Like, just look at the wood lines. If the Barbican is gonna be pulled down over here, which it will, there are 3 small walls that will be needed, and we are fully walled.
Yeah.
Like, this is extremely easy base to wall. At the same time, we will have secure giant amount of food sources. Remember, we have a boar, but also we are securing the deer peg in the back, and also we have we still have our main berries with some sheep. This can be a very nice fast castle age with the Song dynasty, and I don't think that Myriad can do that much about it. And then going straight to the knights or even some police guard harass.
Yeah, and I mean, Myriad is seeing it just as it comes up. Might even lose the scout if it's not. No, it's gonna be fine. It's Myriad, he's gonna be fine. So yeah, very, very, very nice Barbican here, or Barbican as some people in chat are saying. A nice play on words here. So Myriad does know what's happening. He saw it when it happened. But of course, no way to deny that. At the same time, Cosmos also is scouting out that Myriad is now moving on the deer on the left side. So that is something that can be attacked. Let me pause the game for just a second because it's a little bit glitchy here. And yeah, as you said, like, really nice food source, even being supervised. So that is just an insane amount of food. It will be difficult once we have to make the farm transition, but I don't think, honestly, that that's gonna be the case here in this game, with the board being secured the way it is.
We will see. There is definitely a chance of this game going long enough that we will deplete 6,000 food that we currently have home, or like 6,000 to 8,000 food that we have. But right now it is looking like a feudal age game. First Sipaki coming out on the field already. Also Mechta is in the queue inside of the military school, so it's gonna be produced completely for free. 1 minute remaining for him to come out and have the giant bonus damage or giant bonus attack speed for all of our Sipahi. Also, this is very nice play from the Cosmos, coming over here, killing 1 villager, even though it is for the price of 1 horseman. But remember, this is still like 1 villager killed. It is relatively huge. It will pay itself off. 1 horseman costing 120 resources, villager producing 40 resources a minute. So in about 3 minutes, we are gonna be completely our investment of 1 horseman into 1 villager kill will start to pay off. Until then, maybe Myriad will have more units out on the field, but another villager kill going into the corner of the Cosmos is absolutely beautiful. He is completely ignoring Sipahi, and because there are no spearmen out on the field, because of no early military school, like, these horsemen are doing giant amounts of damage. We pulled imams, tries to heal yet another villager, but did not work out. And 3 villager kills are in the corner for the Cosmos.
Yeah, really, really nicely done. And I mean, also because we're Song Dynasty now, Cosmos getting the villagers in 15 instead of 20 seconds. That is huge. So he's already up 10 villagers. And one thing, I mean, I hear a lot of people talking about Sipahi being like, you know, kind of like the ultimate unit. But in reality, they are slower than horsemen. So you can get away with the horsemen. And they don't do a massive amount of damage, and so you can, yeah, as we're seeing, like Cosmos can ignore them and just go on the villagers, and he got villagers kills. Yes, he also lost 3 horsemen, but he got 3 villager kills, and Myriad is on 1TC with the regular 20-second production, and Myriad actually would love to go fast castle here. Which I don't think he can do that. Another villager going down, and we already have. Oh my goodness! What a play!
This is terrible.
Yeah.
This is terrible. Another will going down, and because of the Song Dynasty and faster villager production, we are already 10 villagers ahead for China over here. And China is going age up with the Imperial Palace. Also, barracks are being dropped down at home, so that may indicate going into the police guards as soon as we age up. Remember, they have giant amounts of bonus in terms of the movement speed compared to normal man-at-arms, but have 1 less range armor. So can definitely be struck down by archer mass, but currently Myriad not having any. It doesn't look like they are going to be doing. Doesn't look like that we have that much to defend. 4 Sipahi are out on the field, but they are only defending. There is not that much we can try to push in terms of the Cosmos base. There are everything is either under the tower, next to the village, or next to the Barbican. So it doesn't look like that pressure would be the best type of play that we want to do, but we need to do something. If we are gonna let this game go like this, in which we are just getting ourselves raided, slowly aging up to the castle age and trying to do and trying to just survive, we are playing into the Cosmos hand.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And the thing is, even the things that are not secured by any, you know, building or wall or whatever, if we're just taking a look at what Cosmos is actually seeing because of the Imperial Palace, he sees, like, how do you rate that? Like, you cannot rate your opponent if he sees half the map. Like, that is crazy. So yeah.
Yes, it is very hard to do.
It is, yeah. I mean, maybe like on gold levels, sure, because the opponents don't know the minimap, but on high level, like we're talking like high Conquer 3 level players, you cannot just raid their base if they have such a vision advantage. So both players now in Castle Age. And do we have any relic grabbing going on? Okay, Myriad already is grabbing relics with the Imam, so that's really nice.
Myriad already getting the first relic, going home, and the second one shortly, but it looks like that Imam will be dying. There are there is some army right next to it, so he will not be surviving for that long. First 2 knights are already out on the field for Cosmos, and Myriad needs something to respond. He decided to play for his own knights, so that's interesting to see. Ottoman knights are not something that you see every single day, but definitely a very strong unit that we can play early on to try to secure the map control for our relic grabbing. We already got 1, but we need at least like 3 or even 4 relics for us to justify all of these villager kills that were done in the feudal age. And currently it doesn't look bright for him. Like, Ottomans is the civilization that all the pro players are so afraid of, and every single one of them is it first picking it or even insta banning it. But right now, they doesn't look that strong.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, to be fair, Chinese, of course, also being regarded as one of the strongest civs. So, in comparison, Ottomans right now doesn't seem to be doing too hot. But that's also because Chinese is just really strong. And Cosmos is also just playing it really well. Like, the strategy he's executing is really well. Of course, execution in general is really well. He's running a lot of gold right now. I'm not sure what that is about. And we're also going into Wilbur and survival techniques now. So yeah, he's just taking full advantage of the deer packs. So I don't know. I think Cosmos is in a very strong position. Myriad is the better player, so he should be able to find a way out of this situation. But I mean, right now it doesn't look too good for him.
Soon to be 20 villager lead for Cosmos. It's getting bigger and bigger. We can make an argument for, yes, it is 20 villagers, but not really, because of the military schools and because of the twin Myriad Madrasa, and at the same time make that Imperial Armory. So it's gonna be more like a 10 villager lead, but still not ideal. We are taking in engagement in front of the Myriad base, and it looks relatively good for the Myriad, because sure, there are some Jukonu in the back, but not enough of them to snipe spearmen in time, and a lot of knights were dying, and a lot of knights lost a lot of their HP. Last 3 remaining over here with just about third of their HP left, so both players are gonna be coming home for the reinforcements and then trying to regroup and attack yet again. We are gonna be fighting for this relic in the middle, right next to the secret site, and I think that Cosmos will eventually get it. Also, Wheelbarrow coming in. We are getting all the important eco upgrades. We are getting giant amounts of army. Myriad is on the back foot.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, his army value isn't doing too bad, and he does have the siege, but at the same time, we don't have him. Like, he has a Mangonel, that's cool, another one in Q with the Magma Imperial Armory, but there's not a whole lot of ranged units, not like a Jugnu Blob or something that kind of justifies it. I mean, at the same time, like, Springles would also not be good. He doesn't need Trebuchet, so what do you do here even? I mean, that's like, the Mangonels is his best bet right now, but I don't know. Like, army-wise, how do you counter? Like, Cosmos is going for everything right now. The only thing he doesn't have is archers, but other than that, he has every single unit on the field.
Like, technically, Myriad will have a better army. He just needs to get it out. Exactly. If he can get the small mass of Janissaries with some Sipahi, some Knights in the mix, maybe even some Spearmen, like, he will have better army. He will be able to demolish everything. The problem is economy. Like, this is 20 vill lead for Cosmos currently. That's giant. Yeah. 20 villagers can justify going all in spearmen against all in archers, maybe even. Like, currently it's gonna be extremely hard for Myriad to do any damage to Cosmos's base. Walls went up. The raiding is not really that good of an option, because, like, where do you even start to raid? And on the other hand, Myriad doesn't have the second TC or even relics. Like, we got only one relic at home, and even that one is not in the monastery monastery right now. So it's not even generating us gold.
Right next to a mosque, but not doing anything. And meanwhile, Cosmos grabbed 4 relics. He sees everything what is going on here. I mean, this division is just massive, and he can now, Myriad trying to raid, but he doesn't have a scout with him, and Cosmos can just react to that in time. Doing some good counter raid here as well, finding more villager kills. 10 villager kills. That is just awful right now. I mean, Cosmos is really cooking right now. And I don't know, like, in terms of, like, you know, unit production, because of all the free production, technically the longer it goes, the better it is for Myriad, but at the same time, Cosmos has a much better villager production. And so, he's also fine with playing it a little bit longer. And just waiting it out, kind of, especially with all the passive gold with the relics that he's getting now.
Ball is in his court. He can do what he wants currently in the game. If he decided to, he can even go up to him. It's not a good play, but if he wanted to, he could. Myriad would not be able to stop it. Janissary production is currently starting to be pumped out of the military schools. We need one more. We still need one more. Oh no, we have 3 military schools. I would love to see a vizier point. We have a vizier point for military schools. Like, where is the 4th one?
It's only those 3. It's only those 3. Yeah, he doesn't have a 4th one yet.
We need the 4th military school to start getting our value out of it as soon as we can.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, Cosmos playing for veteran Jukonu +1 steel arrow. it is starting to look very bad for the Myriad.
Yeah, I mean, he's struggling with wood right now. As soon as he has enough, he probably is gonna drop the next military school, and then he has 4, and then once he has the next vizier point, he can go for the Janissary company. But I mean, we also have Nest of Bees now on Cosmos side. He does a lot of crossbows, a lot of spearmen as well, so Janissaries, I mean, they do great against cav and heavy armored units, but mass spearmen? How do you deal with that? Like, yeah, they have the mangonels, but...
Like, they are not that bad against mass spearmen. They will still obliterate it. It's still a hand cannoneer after all, even though it's a little bit debuffed hand cannoneer. But problem it will be the Zhukonu in the back. Like Zhukonu will completely obliterate them if they will target fire, and also Nest and Bees. We have 2 Nest and Bees out on the field, soon to be 3 Nest and Bees, and Myriad doesn't have an answer. Like, sure, we have few knights and maybe a Sipahi here and there, but that's not enough. Like, against 24 spearmen, they can just sit on top of the Nest and Bees, and we are going to be pushing slowly, and there is nothing we can do against the slow push. So I don't think that Myriad can currently deal with the siege from the China, and if Cosmos will just decide to push, he's in the great position to kill Myriad. And all of this advantage came from not being able to have any spearmen out on the field in the feudal age, losing four villagers. And why didn't we have any spearmen? Because we didn't have a stone right next to our base and couldn't play for the fast military school. Like, Cosmos knew exactly what he was doing when he let the Ottomans to go in, and he capitalized on the advantage. And look at the position that he's in.
Yeah, this is crazy. Also, the thing is, the other option would have been Ruse, and Ruse is really good on this map because of the wood lions, because of the boar, the deer, and everything. So you can also go Dark Age on the boar if you want to, and things like that. And yeah, one thing that also makes Ottomans a little bit weird on this map is you cannot even access the boar, you know, because it's a Muslim civ. You cannot get on the boar, and so you lose out on a lot of food. And so what are you left to do? You kind of have to do some kind of farm transition. You have to go on the berries, you have to go on the deer. Instead, at some point, you're just gonna run out of food. And Cosmos is almost getting pop capped. He's getting really close. And then look at the income. He's just gonna stop producing for a minute, and then he can go in. Like, no problem at all. He's almost 30 villages ahead right now. That is so crazy. It was 25 a minute ago, now it's almost 30.
But we are deciding to take an engagement in front of the Myriad base, and Myriad recognizing that this is 5 nested bees and I do not want to take any part of this, but he doesn't have a choice. Massive shot going straight to the middle of all of the units, and we are fighting in literally the worst position that we could. We put all of our units to a small tight space, and then nested bees can just attack all of them. Instead of fighting in the open field, we try to take a fight under the town center, but I don't think that was a great option. That was a great option as well. Although all nested bees are slowly dying and there is not that many units left out on the field for the Cosmos, but I don't even see how we can clean this up.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was some kind of mutual destruction, Janissary Company getting pulled, so that is gonna change the playing field here a little bit. But do we have a fourth one? We don't even have 4 military schools, right? No, we do. Never mind. That was one on the other side here. So it was okay. I mean, the fight was definitely not as bad as I thought it would be for Myriad. He did lose most of the mangonels, but he was able to clean the nest of bees with the Sipahi Night Raid coming from the side, you know, flanking the opponent's army. Now he's going for the second town center. If he can go for the Pax Ottomana once he gets the second TC, I can see him coming back into the game, and he does need to have a slightly lower eco, and he can still be fine because of all the free production. So that, yeah, I expected that fight to kill him, but it didn't. So Myriad's still in the game, still holding on, and Cosmos has to regroup and figure out what to do next.
Behind all of this, granaries are being constructed and farm switch is on the way for the Cosmos, basically nearly done. On another way, Myriad investing into the second town center, and he doesn't really have an option. Like, he is 30 villagers behind, and it definitely shows. So for now, he recognizes that we are a little bit on the back foot in terms of economy. We need to get it back up as quickly as we can, and hopefully we are gonna be right now. Myriad just needs 5 to 6 minutes in terms of the time to get his vizier point for Pax Ottomana to start to get the super fast villagers out of the town centers and catch up on the vill count with the Cosmos to have a fighting chance in terms of the economy. But I don't think that Cosmos will just let it slide. Look at the military count. Like, we basically saw the wipeout on the military count for both players, but Cosmos already being 20 military ahead from the Myriad, and also all the siege behind it. It's not looking well for the Myriad at the moment. We don't have the mass Mongols that we had before that would be able to deal with all of the crossbows and Jukonu that are in the backline for the Cosmos. And we are going forward yet again. 5 nesting bees, all of them, all of the spears, all of the horsemen, and a lot of crossbows behind them. And right now, I don't see how can Myriad try to defend it, but maybe he will show us a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, as you pointed out so beautifully, if the game goes on for, let's say, 8 to 10 more minutes, you know, we get the vizier point, we get Pax Ottomana, and we pump out villagers for 4 minutes from 2 TC, we will probably surpass Cosmos villagers at that point. And then we have the free production and all that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, then Myriad isn't in a bad position at all. Now, I don't think Cosmos will let him have that amount of time. That is the issue. Big fight here in the middle. Cosmos split up his army a little bit, so maybe Myriad can actually make this happen now. Because there's a raid here in the wood line.
But what was the rest of army doing when it wasn't in a fight? It was circling around and coming from the back, and right now all the horsemen are engaging on all of our backline, and they are completely obliterating it. Myriad recognizing that I am not getting out of this one, and the Cosmos will be leading the series 1-0.
Not exactly what I was expecting. Cosmos really cooking in this one here. Really nice, you know, fast Song Dynasty into Castle Age strategy here. And I mean, being Song Dynasty and Castle before your opponent, that definitely feels nice. Having such a villager lead, military lead, and really didn't take a bad fight at all. Like, I mean, this was a good fight for him. This was okay. This was also okay, and this was complete destruction. So, good read of the situation. Extremely strong eco. Yes, of course, there's the passive income from the free units that Ottomans have, but still very much ahead for most of the game. And yeah, very well-deserved win of this first game. And yeah, crazy stuff. I'm really happy to see the next one because it might be Holy Island. We'll see.
We will see, but I'm very surprised that we got to see Ottomans got through and
got destroyed.
It was a masterpiece. They Ottomans were played on the map that they are technically the worst on, or not as good if we are not looking at the water maps. Like, not being able to get that fast military school up into the Dark Age, delaying the vizier points, delaying the early units from the Ottoman, then not being able to not being able to secure all of our units on, or all of our villagers on the deer pack, getting it raided, 4 villagers dying in the feudal age, and from that point on it just snowballed a little bit and a little bit more and more in terms of the Cosmos favor, and then he was able to take the game. So very, very beautiful read from him, seeing that Ottoman is probably not the best civ on the map, letting it go through and responding with his China.
Yeah, really, really nice done. Nicely done here by Cosmos. And Myriad is is with the back to the wall now. It's a best of 3 only, so he needs to win the next 2 if he doesn't want to end up in the losers bracket. And I mean, to be fair, if you're Myriad, you don't want to end up in the losers bracket, because he is one of the higher ranked players here. Outside of Valdi, he's the highest ranked player, and then of course Creator is pretty high up as well, and then Jiv Music. But if you're just looking at tournament ranking, Myriad is one of the highest here, so he, quote unquote, should win this one. So he definitely is feeling the pressure right now, and I'm loving every minute of it. I mean, I'm rooting for him, of course, but at the same time, I love seeing some upsets here, and Cosmos really showing that he is not to be underestimated. The next game is going to be on Dry Arabia, so we will have to wait for Holy Island. But Dry Arabia now first. Byzantines against Golden Horde. What do you think?
Well, Byzantine civilization that really wants to go on like 5 cisterns and then try to get up to the castle age, so they will have access to cataphracts. Also, it can be played in the feudal age, but not something that we usually see from Byzantine. But there is an option for it. Golden Horde on another hand, civilization that loves to play for the long feudal. You have +2 ranged armor on all of your units. You have all of the beautiful bonuses. You have a very nice farm switch, or you don't need to do farm switch. You have very nice food transition. It feels amazing for them. Also, if they want to get to the castle age, suddenly all of their heavy units have another +2 ranged armor, and can immediately start diving the main TC from the Byzantine, and do not care about any types of arrow fire, even if Byzantine player will go for mass longbowman. So we will see what the Cosmos will show us with his Golden Horde, but every single game that we saw from him right now, it was some type of the feudal aggression. So I am expecting yet again some type of the feudal aggression, and maybe then he's going to be switching to the cast.
Yeah. And while all of this is going on, we're also getting ready for our Loader Legends tournament, which we also usually host every weekend. And I need to do some small editing there as well. So while we're waiting for the observer delay, we're also getting ready for that. So if you're below the Warchief Club level, but you also want to compete in tournaments, feel free to join our Loader Legends series. That again, we usually host them every week. Now for the summer, we're taking a little bit of a break, so we won't be running any tournaments. We will have one more next week. But then July 25th, August 1, August 8, and August 15 will not run any tournaments, so we'll be off for a whole month rather. And then again on August 22 and 29. So if you're interested, follow us on Discord and don't miss out on any of these tournaments. And yeah, with that, let's jump right into it. Yeah, everything is looking fine. Byzantines being played by Myriad in the only color that you should play Byzantines in purple. On the left side of Dry Arabia, Cosmos on the other side playing the Golden Horde in light green, I mean. I'm getting confused now. Yeah, on the right side.
Yes, and we will be seeing a completely classic age ups or completely classic build orders from both of the players. Byzantine player Myriad starting on the stone, putting third villager on the stone, so he really wants to get the 5 cisterns up as quickly as it is possible. On another hand, Cosmos going for the fastest age ups, available for the Golden Horde as well. So this is completely normal for both of the players. In terms of the map setup, or in terms of the map generation, we have double deer peg right next to each other for Cosmos on the right side of the map, so that can be definitely pressured by the Myriad if Myriad wants to go for it. Myriad has a semi-back deer peg. It is a little bit better than like it's not completely in the back, but also it will not be that hard to secure with one tower. Berries on the side of his base will be getting him relatively exposed to the early aggression with the Batukan coming in and trying to snipe some villagers here and there. On the other hand, another berry patch in the back, very easily wallable with all of 3 wood lines that are in front for the Myriad. Myriad's map spawn is relatively okay. Also, map spawn for the Cosmos is also relatively okay. So I don't think this is some type of completely bad manage or completely bad map spawn. Like we saw in the last game, because Cosmos had completely busted map spawn for China over there.
Yeah, I mean, Coastal Cliffs has some wild spawns. Dry Arabia usually doesn't, and this is EGC Dry Arabia, so for those who maybe are spotting some slight differences to the regular Dry Arabia, this is the EGC version. We usually prefer the EGC version over the standard version in our tournaments, especially in Warchief Club. And by we, I also mean mainly the players are asking for EGC maps in favor over the standard maps. We have level 3 cisterns already. I was also checking the neutral market here, and it would be kind of funny to see mass Muzafadi warriors. I do not think that that's gonna happen, but it would be kind of hilarious to just swarm Golden Horde with the Muzafadi warriors. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. For now, Grand Winery is being built with only 3, so a little bit slower, which gives Myriad the time to get the wood that he needs to build the mercenary house, which is a little bit cheaper since the last patch, so it's only 100 wood and not 150. So you're saving up a little bit there already.
Like, Muzafati warriors would definitely be interesting, but probably not the play to go for against Golden Horde, civilization that loves to play for Archer Mass in the feudal age. With a very strong front line. Like, don't get me wrong, they would be completely amazing against every single frontlining unit that Cosmos can go for, but few archers here and there, and it would be just throwing oil to the garbage can.
Yeah, exactly.
We are going for all of the cisterns. It looks like it. Yes, we are going to be getting 5 cisterns for the Myriad very soon, and the bonus will be in. Now the question is, are we going to go for feudal, or will this be like more of a naked-ish fast castle with trying to vacuum up all the berries as quickly as we can and then getting to the fast cataphract longbow combination or something in that sense. Also, there is a possibility for Keshiks, because I don't think the longbows scale that well against units that will get +2 in the Castle Age. So if there was ever an option for Jiggly build into the fast castle mass cataphract with Keshik in the feudal age, maybe we can try to pull it off, but I think that can be a stretch.
Yeah, I mean, as a former Mongol main, I loved to play Byzantines with the Keshik. It really felt nice, but that was back in the day when it was the fast castle, either into the gold build, the Cistern of the First Hill, or even with the Golden Horn Tower, it's still fine to have Keshik. It still felt good because then you had this really solid raiding option, but I don't think that that's actually gonna be the play. So yeah, it's probably still gonna be longbows. I could also see the javelin throws, because they have a very high base damage and they're of course really strong against the archers. So maybe it's just gonna be that.
And eventually we'll get camels as well.
And then you also get the camels, so that also kind of counters the cavalry of the Golden Horde. So we're gonna find out very soon, because we have the barracks already. Now we're getting a mercenary house, and we'll see. And it is in fact gonna be the javelin thrower contract. So that's unfortunately for me and any Mongol enjoyers, the Mongol contract is not really an option for 99% of the matchups, and it is either the longbow or the javelin thrower contract. That's just how it is.
It is the safe bet. It is the safest bet. Like, you are not going to be getting countered by faster Castle Age, and then he can just completely ignore all of your longbow mass that you have, because they are not going to be doing anything. And the Jeffs will unlock you the camels when you get to the castle age. So getting one or two or two camels out as quickly as you can, just so you will be able to debuff the Batu Khan and all of the Torgut, maybe even the Keshik play if Cosmo decides to go for it, will be completely huge. Cosmo already going for the archer range, and first batch of archers is going to be on the way. In the meantime, first batch of javelins will be there to answer, so they are not going to be able to do that much. And currently Myriad is in a great position. Cosmos doesn't really have a very big angle to do a lot of damage in the next 2 to 3 minutes, and on the other hand, Myriad has an amazing amazing eco setup. He can decide to go what he wants. If he wants to go for faster castle age right now, he can try to go for it. He can try to go for feudal. Right now, it's ball is in the Myriad's court, and Cosmos needs to try to do some type of a damage.
Yeah, and that usually is the situation that Byzantines is in right now. That they usually played a little bit more defensively, and they try to not take eco damage. And if you don't take eco damage, or at least not a massive amount of eco damage, then at some point you have enough units and you can push out and probably crush your opponent. If you take the eco damage, you're gonna be having a bad time. Speaking about eco damage, we're gonna see the first villager kill of this game. Cosmos finding a villager here. The Torguts don't do a massive amount of damage. They're mainly tank units, but they still do a lot of charge damage. And then, yeah, even with lower damage, you still get the villager kill eventually.
But this looks like all of the archers over here should be dying. 4 Jeffs are on the way, and they are going to be sniping them one by one. At the same time, we are seeing a small engagement on the left side of the Myriad's base, trying to kill one villager, making a blacksmith over here. But we were able to snipe one Torgut, the second one slightly damaged. Batu Khan is fortunately being able to heal himself. Two archers will be escaping for Mr. Cosmos from the Jeffs, but another batch of horsemen plus archers is going to be coming in, and they are going to be doing yet more eco damage and killing another villager. This is very good. This is very good for Cosmos. He wants to get these will kills, but at what cost is he getting them? Like, this is 2 archers and 2 horsemen for 1 villager. I don't think that that's what he was hoping for. Like, we need to get our mass of units slowly but surely up in order to get to do one big push. And currently we just don't have it. Like, Byzantine has twice as much unit as we do.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, Byzantines eventually, even if you get a few kills, that's great, but they will have a very strong eco due to their 5 cisterns, and then they get food, but also the oil, which will give them, in this case, the javelin shores. And so eventually Myriad will be able to push out. And as much as I love this position here, right, I mean, with the what's it called, the fortified outpost here, you secure the deer and you secure the gold. But then, of course, because of the production speed edict, you kind of want to place your production around that just to have the faster production speed. But if you lose that position, that is a huge eco damage. And so you really need to be careful to not lose that. And so this is an easy and obvious point for Myriad to be attacking. At the same time, you can also just walk into the base.
Myriad is playing this precisely as he wants. Like, look at the army numbers. He's 10 army in front, or he's 10 army ahead. And on top of it, he's edging up the castle age. Look at the resources. Edge up to the castle age is going to be coming any minute right now. Cosmos does not have enough army because we sacrificed too much of it trying to kill one villager here and there and trying to do some type of eco damage. Myriad has everything he needs to in order to get himself up to the castle age safely and start spamming either cataphracts, which would be the unit that's gonna devastate Cosmos's composition. Like, there is nothing that can deal with the cataphracts cataphracts in the composition Cosmos is making currently. Look at it. It's just archers, horsemen, Torgut, some Karash for the buff on armor, and Batukan. Like nothing over there can kill even 4 cataphracts that would be coming out on the field currently.
Yeah, that is the issue. I mean, Karash, they're basically just villagers that buff the army, so that's not really doing a whole lot. The archers, you don't have the archer mass to deal with the cataphracts, and also like even with your front line, the cataphracts, like one really cool thing, they don't have a charge damage, but they can trample their way. Like they can just ignore the front line and go right on top of either the siege or the range back line. And so that is really, really devastating to deal with. And Cosmos is now getting closer to Castle Age himself, but he's still a little bit ahead. And the one downside to having this kind of House of Wisdom situation here, you cannot age up faster. You cannot pull 20 villagers and age up. It is gonna take 1 minute and 50 seconds, no matter what you do. It's just gonna that's just gonna be the situation he's in. And with the 2 villager kills that Myriad found, they're evil. They're evil. They're equal in villagers. So not a bad position for Myriad at all. Just soaking up the berries right now. Do we have? No, we don't have any kind of farm decision at home at the moment. Oh, as I'm saying that, there you go. Olive groves coming up.
First cataphract already entering the field, and Jeff, Spearman already have the veterancy upgrades. Cosmos is finding himself in a bit of a trouble because he will need to keep spamming some units in order to hold this off, and I don't think he can try to go for the age up. Like maybe there is an opening, but I don't feel like it. I don't think there is an opening for the age up currently. Age up for the Golden Horde just takes so long. It is 1 minute and 50 seconds of basically waiting for you to be able to start getting the upgrades. So effectively, before you even get to your Castle Age army, you need to wait 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and I don't think that we have 2 minutes and 50 seconds to wait. Cataphract number is growing and growing. Jeff number is also going up. We are trying to dive over here the wood line, and that is not that bad of a play. We are killing a few villagers here and there, so that's lovely to see. And this is a lot of idle time. This is exactly what Cosmos needs. He needs to buy himself as much time as it is possible. Killing 2 or 3 villagers in this engagement is beautiful for him. And Myriad needing to pull all of his military from the front back home to defend means that he's buying himself the crucial amounts of time.
Yeah, really important raid here, because yeah, as you said, pulling Myriad's attention and army back to where Cosmos wants it to be, and that is as far away from his own base as possible. Myriad also did find 1 more villager kill with the cataphract, so it's still fairly even here. But still, Cosmos slightly getting ahead now because of the way the villager production with Golden Horde works. It's a little bit weird, right, compared to other civs. Cool concept, but very weird. So, but yeah, because of that, slowly getting ahead, just slightly. Now, as I'm saying, we not ever. Do we ditch Castle Age play now, or did we just never get the gold for it? I'm a little bit confused.
I don't think that Cosmos can try to go for it. Like we can get a gold for it because we have a fortified outpost in front with the arrow slate placement, and also a lot of production buildings that are just pumping out units. But it doesn't look like that we can even afford it. Like we are going for +1 damage on the archers, and we need to go for more units. Otherwise we are just gonna die. Like there is nothing on the field that can currently deal with all of the Myriad's army. If Myriad is gonna group it up, and it's only gonna get worse and worse. Fortunately, for Cosmos, he has very mobile units. So this is like horsemen and horsemen, Torgut, Batukan, just running around and raiding and spreading Myriad's army very thin, and then trying to take a lone engagement on a cataphract here and there, and hoping to take a good fight, hoping to snipe out few units, and trying to abuse the movement speed of his military. But currently he is not in a position to go for the Castle Age.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, it really feels bad because, yeah, he's not in a position to go castle, but the longer it goes, I mean, we have a lot of veteran Limitine, we have a lot of veteran jav throws, they completely destroy everything at this point. We're even going into the Varangian guards, so the man-at-arms from the Byzantines, and it's just... It feels like we need to go castle because all of these units, they could be castle age units, and then the fight would be much different here. But it looks good for Myriad.
Fortunately, this is a fight against mass jabs, and we weren't targeting archers. Like we were just targeting the front line. And jabs are gonna be good enough in taking down the front line. They are doing 11 damage currently. Can be doing 12 damage a shot, so they are a high damage range unit. But their attack speed will mean that it's gonna take them a while to chew through all of the units that Cosmos have out on the field currently. And soon enough, Cosmos will be able to have double the military if he will just keep spamming. And jabs are good, like, don't get me wrong, they are amazing. The problem is that they kind of fall off more of you. They don't scale as well as archers.
Yeah.
Like, more jabs you have, it doesn't mean that it's as good as more archers you have. They start to overkill massively, and it's starting to be kind of an issue. Very hard to micro, but still, this is Castle Age army against Feudal Age army, and they are amazing.
Yeah, no, very good point. And I mean, as usual, you're right with the call that if Cosmos goes Castle Age, he's dead, and with the massive feudal army, he at least can hold. So I guess, as I'm saying that, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, like, I guess it's looking okay for Cosmos, starting to look okay, but yeah, he sees that, like, the writing is on the wall. He's behind in age, and if we continue the game like that, he's never gonna catch up in the age up, and then all Myriad has to do is not die to a raid, and then he should be fine.
The problem is that we don't have a way to kill cataphracts.
Yeah.
Like, sure, spearmen can do relatively well, but we don't have big enough mass of them, and at the same time, giant mass of javelins will be chewing through our spearman mass relatively quickly as well. We are 1 age behind. We don't have our pasture transition. It's just not looking well for us in any shape or form. We are going to look at the position that Cosmos got himself in.
Yeah. And that means we are tied in points now. So Myriad was able to equalize the score, and it is going to be Holy Island. And I couldn't have asked for a better matchup, and you're going to see in just a second. It is going to be Knights Templar. That's one thing that we expected, but it is going to be against Mongols. So I cannot wait for that. I love that.
Well, will this be Dark Age play? Like, most likely it will, right? I don't think that Mongol can just straight up go on the water. Like, I guess you can, but it's gonna feel so weird. You will need to sacrifice your Uvu timing, or maybe even your water timing. It's gonna be it's gonna be very tough to play. But yeah, a little bit non-traditional play with the Mongols on the Holy Island, but I think that if Cosmos can pull off some type of the Dark Age aggression with double horseman production into torching down enemy dock, even though it's going to be extremely hard to torch down Harbor, like it has so much more HP, we will see what the players will show us. The series is 1-1, and this is the best of 3, so winner is gonna be going to the next round of this of the tournament.
Yeah. Sorry, I just needed to check something real quick here. I think if we there was some issues here, so I guess if we reset that. All right. So, about the chat here, real talk. I did see a message. It should be fixed now. You should be able to play against Scatter now. Yeah, I also did see the message in Discord real briefly. So hopefully you should be that should yeah. Just check in there and then you can play that game. And yeah, with that, so we have 1 more minute for the observer delay. Um, and yeah, so I've seen Mongols on Holy Island before, and it was kind of like, yeah, you go on dock, but you also go on Spearman at the same time, and you try to deny the dock. And because of the like higher cost of the harbor, you should be able to deny it. I mean, the should is, doing some heavy lifting because we're talking about Myriad here. And he knows exactly what's coming. He knows how to play against that. But yeah, Mongols, the cool thing about Mongols is you can really pressure early on and not let your opponent get away with going on water as easily. Wow, but we'll see. We'll see.
Cosmos can definitely try to make Myriad's Dark Age life like hell. Mongols have a very good options in terms of the Dark Age aggression, and usually they are. That's the reason why they usually are absolutely perfect for hybrid maps, because you can get your own dock up at the same time, put relatively good number, put a good aggression, and try to put your opponent under a lot of pressure. But I would argue that this is not a typical hybrid map, because there's going to be a lot of water fighting as well. Normally, we see hybrid maps as isolated pockets of water. Over here is just one big one. So yes, it is hybrid, and usually it plays like water early on. So we will see how the players will go for it. But even though losing on water doesn't mean the game is over here, because remember, there were some games that we saw on Holy Island in which water was lost, but the game was won.
Yeah. I mean, how I've seen it a lot of times is the player losing water, then just drops the second TC, and then tries to get their head on water. Because the longer the game goes, the water becomes less important, you could say, I guess. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Myriad is on water, so on water, I'm saying, on gold. For now, so maybe he is aware of, there might be a tower rush coming up. Gold is kind of far away, and of course it's in the front.
And this is just a fast feudal, like he's not going on water at all. He's not mining any wood. He is just going as fast over age up as he can. On another hand, Cosmos is going to be dropping a dog because Villager is moving to water, and we made an early Ovu, but Myriad is just going for the fast age up.
That is, I mean, again, like that is the point. If you're going on water as Knights Templar against Mongols, and he's gonna open Dark Age Spearman, he can deny the harbor from even being built if the timing is right, or at least he can like burn it down relatively quickly. And so it is just a hassle to do that. If you ignore water for now, you still have some good ways to get your eco up with the pilgrims. So you're not necessarily getting behind or falling behind too quickly. So yeah, I don't hate it. It's a little bit surprising. I also don't like the one tile gap here between the gold and the wood line, but it is what it is.
Knights Hospitalier will be the age up for the Myriad, aging up on 13 villagers. So villager production will be paused for a second until the age up will be done, another 40 seconds. So we are going to be falling 3 villagers behind compared to other civilizations. Only 2 villagers behind the Mongol, because Mongol is technically gonna be starting with 1 less villager because of the unpacking of the town center.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Myriad wants to go for some land aggression right now, or if he's just gonna go on water, because both can be played. Like he can just decide that, okay, I guess it's time to play this on land and burn down enemy dock if he made it. and play for a little bit of an all-in. I can see that with the Hospitalier Knights, getting them out, being able to heal all of your units, even though Aeroship will be firing at them, and Dock will be eventually going down. And exactly, barracks are being played. Before we saw Archer range, but he decided that barracks would be better choice. And Cosmos, on the other hand, has the dock up, but no fishing ship investment.
Yeah, so Cosmos did a hard switch with this eco pulling off wood completely and just aging up now with 6 villagers on the deer stones. Because he is very aware of the issue that if we see the Hospitaller Knights, which are a little bit weaker than men-at-arms, but they can also heal, that is a very, very big issue for him in Feudal Age, because the only real way he has to deal with that would be Kashyyyk. So, yeah, so he kind of needs to go to Feudal Age instead and not go on water as he expected or intended at first.
Table being played for Cosmos over here, being dropped on the Owu, so this is going to be double Kashyyyk production as quickly as he can get it out. On another hand, Myriad already having 1 Spearman out, and will be trying to play for some type of a water. First galley is on the way. On the other hand, a fishing ship is in the queue for the Cosmos, so he will be getting fishing out, and Myriad will be getting some military ships out. Myriad definitely having a superior wood economy. Remember, this is Knights Templar, so he will be able to get out more. He will be able to get up way more military ships out early until the fishing ship eco for the Cosmos will start to kick in. And I don't think it will start to kick in for at least next 4 minutes. Like, we are not adding more fishing ships. We are making more production. Archer range being popped down. Stables on the way. We probably canceled the stables before. And the second harbor for the Myriad.
Yeah, Myriad really starting to pump out stuff here right now and really getting ready to kick full into gear here. And I'm not sure, I don't know. Like, I'm not so happy about Cosmos' position right now. I mean, he's doing a lot of annoyance here with the Khan, but I'm not sure if that's an UI issue or something, but apparently Myriad found like a lot more sheep than Cosmos has. So Cosmos will run out of food eventually, but he will probably also lose water because he's behind on water now. He only has 1 dock. He's now getting the fortified naval arrow slits, which is easy to do as Mongols. You're on stone anyway. But I don't think that's gonna be enough. So he might lose water. He doesn't have a lot of sheep. He still has the gap here.
The second dock.
This gap is just killing me.
Yeah. A small gap here and there. We are making a second dock for Cosmos. At the same time, Myriad investing in a few fishing ships. But this is a Mangudai play.
Yeah.
And that's interesting for me because we haven't really saw them that much after changes or after the big nerfs. But right now they can be really good. Like they are gonna be able to basically obliterate all the spearmen, even the Hospitalier Knight. It is the man-at-arm, but it has 1 less ranged armor, so Mangudai will be able to deal with him. Horseman play is being played from the Myriad while he's still on the water, 2 harbors down, and he secured his water economy. He even harassed the Cosmos' water economy, and Cosmos playing for mass Mangudai is interesting because he's gonna be pushing Myriad off from the resources that are out on the map, so no gold veins, no stone veins, but I don't think that Myriad cares that much about it. Myriad mostly cares about the water economy currently, spamming more and more fishing ships, and just wants to not being harassed on the wood, and other than that, I think he's fine.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your wood, and then he's going into the safe passages, so he's gonna have pilgrims, and the really cool and fun thing about pilgrims is he can send them over to the sacred site on the little island here in the middle, and they will just go there, transform into some kind of fishing boat, and then move over. which messes up the UI, but it's otherwise a very fun interaction to watch. Khan's Hunter going down here, so we finally have a Khan's Hunter, and then we just lose it like this. So I mean, I'm not really fond about the Mangudai play at all. I mean, we haven't seen him for a long time, and that is for good reason. So yeah, just take a little bit. There you go. We have the boat here for the pilgrims. It's really fun interaction. So now we have a trader here, which, yeah, we're just gonna stack up the trader numbers here because this gets counted as a trader for some reason. And yeah, so the UI is a little bit messed up, but other than that, it's a really fun interaction. And yeah, as you said, obliterating the archers. The problem is the Kashik, the Mangudai don't really do a whole lot of damage, and we have the healer pilgrims, the healer hospital and knights here as well. So
I guess it's, in terms of composition, it's not looking as well for the Cosmos. Like he wants very long fights in which he will just be able to run from the horseman, but yes, one small mistake like we saw right now, not moving for 3 seconds means one Mangudai is dead.
Yeah.
And horseman being able to have a little bit faster movement speed is 1.88 against 1.56 means that they will be able to catch up to all the Mangudai. And what can Kashik do if there is 7 spearmen behind all of this?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the Mangudai, they don't do a lot of damage. They have a terrible attack speed when they move, and they don't do any bonus damage against the spearmen. So the thing is, we had 6 Mangudai. That could have been 12 archers. If we have 12 archers, this is completely dead. Because then the Kashik easily deal with the 1 hospital a knight or 2 right now, and the horseman. And the 12 archers will just destroy the spearmen. And then we also have like more range on the archers because of the Khan's Hunter, which is just grouped with the Khan, so it's never gonna die basically. And then the fight is so much, like, this is so struggling right now, and Cosmos is just trying to keep alive. And by the way, still, like, this gap here, like, look at the villagers, like, this is horrible. Like, I hate this so much. Yeah.
Yes, the gap for the villagers is doing some heavy lifting. A little bit of idle time being a little bit of idle time stacking up for the Cosmos every time they drop off gold in terms of walking. But the main problem for him, in my opinion, is composition. Like Mangudai just don't kill spearmen fast enough.
Yeah.
It takes them so long to kill 1 spearman, and in the meantime we are pressuring the Ovu, we are staying on top of all of the production, and there is not that much we can do.
Yeah, and now we're losing the Ovu, that is gonna be annoying, so that's like the last batch of double production that we're gonna get, which we're not even using the stone right now, unfortunately. Yeah, like the composition is just not it. Mangudai is like half health when they get out of the archery range. We lost the Uwu now. Now we have to pull them back. This is a disaster. Like, I was so excited for this matchup, but yeah, this is not it, unfortunately.
To be fair, we have a lot of low HP units and a lot of low HP spearmen in the composition currently for Myriad, so maybe if he would really want to, he can pull that back and heal them up. The Hospitalier Knights, but on the other hand, he doesn't really need to. Like, it's only 4 Kashiks out on the field. Look at the queue for Cosmos. It's 3 Kashiks are in the queue on 1 stable.
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna take so long to get all of them out. On the other side, Myriad already sitting on 4 production buildings against 2 production buildings for the Cosmos. Like, Myriad is just pumping out way more. He's fighting on water. We can see military ships just piling up, and Cosmos not really responding. Only 1 arrow ship is out, and I think that if we will just lose the water over here, there is nothing that Cosmos can do.
Yeah, right now Cosmos has a solid water eco. He doesn't have piracy yet, so that's something that I would love for him to get, because it pays off Like, you just killed 3 fishing boats and they're already paid off. But Myriad has double the army count right now, and his spearmen counter something, his horsemen counter something, and I don't think that Cosmos can hold
just
on
look at
much
the water.
longer.
This is disaster.
Oh
Just
my!
look at the water. Like, this is a complete disaster. Like, all of the water died in an instant. We had 1 springle ship and 1 arrow ship for Cosmos only.
Yeah.
That's the amount of water army that we had. And Myriad, on the other hand, just going in with few demos, few springles, 1 arrow ship means that everything is dead. And currently, it's 18 fishing ships that are working for Myriad against 8 for Cosmos that are not doing anything. Not looking great.
Yeah, no, this is it got from bad to worse really, really quickly. And unfortunately for Cosmos, that was not the way to play Mongols against KT. At the beginning was, I don't know, I would say promising, but then he kind of panicked into feudal play because his opponent wasn't going on water, and then it just, you basically wasted 150 resources plus a little bit of idle time on the villager, not getting anything done. I think instead of Tower Rush probably would have been better, but not sure if that would have worked either. So yeah, really really nicely played by Myriad, showing us why he is the GOAT.